Hey guys, it's Spaces Sins, and we are back with more Radiant Tale, continuing Zephora's route, and I'm pretty sure we can skip here. Okay, like, we had just finished a little scene with him, and, like, we're back here, so, like, okay. Not telling anyone that we got wet and took a shower together, but I'm sure we really didn't take a shower together, but we should have, just to conserve water. I was gonna say save water and conserve water. Okay, here's the scene where we use Rady as a pawn, and we're already skipping through it, so whatever, my bird's screaming, so I don't want to deal with it. Be quiet, you're being a jerk. I would assume, I looked around and I would see Zephora. I'm assuming. What chapter are we in? Yeah, okay. Zephora, what? And then, oh, we know this is different. Wait, did we choose Rady last time? Someone shoved me hard, making me stumble. But before I could fall, a hand grabbed my arm. What are you even doing? Zephora! He pulled me toward him and out of the sea of people. Oh, pull me toward you. God. Oh, I need this. Hey, don't space out. Get to work as the collection center. He didn't even give me time to thank him before giving me orders. When people come here with trash, hand over those coupons in exchange. Oh, these? I took out the bundle of papers we wrote on earlier. One-time petting chance. When he told us to write that down and number each piece of paper, we'd been baffled. But now, I feel like... Did we choose Rady last time? I thought we did this one last time, like, in the common route, but it's okay. I like how the common route's like, choose all the Zephora stuff, so the next time you... No! It's fine, we're reading it, I'm not skipping it. I thought I clicked the button and it didn't let me, so I was like, alright. So these were numbered tickets. Because this is very familiar. Who only have eyes for their own gain could never control themselves. We'll make them line up in the order of these tickets and let them touch the furball. I did try to rein them in and keep them from cutting the line with pure heart nonsense, but... With that pure heart nonsense, sorry. Knowing how self-centered these people are, I'm not surprised they ignored that. Now that I took another look, the people who'd been pushing and shoving were lining up to receive tickets. But this is a scam, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Like, he's like, yes, it is. Zephora didn't hesitate to admit it, and he didn't look guilty at all. Didn't he actually say earlier he hates scammers? Am I misremembering? Am I in the wrong game? There will be less litter. This is an effective tactic against the people. Against the people here. Good God, I can't read, I'm sorry. I understand you're against such means. That's why I didn't tell you beforehand. But listen, unless I go this far, we can never motivate these people to act. Yeah, I know. Ideals are called ideals because they're not always possible in this world. Plus, the superstition about the park is similar to what we're doing. And my worldview has been broadened by our travels. Still, I can't exactly lift my arms in excitement and cheer, I approve! Relax. You can never become someone like me, even if you tried. Yeah. Though his words had a sting to them, I sensed a bit of kindness between the lines, and I didn't think I was imagining it. No, because he's a goddamn fucking squishy melon ball. Melon ball? He's a marshmallow. Whatever. My brain's not working properly right now. I'll go look for Lizard Brain. Counting on you to take care of the rest. Zephora was as elusive as the wind. But is it okay for me to assume that he started to trust and rely on me a little more? Yes, it's okay. He loves us. Our squishy marshmallow. I love him. Okay, we can skip this now. We had a moment. That's all we needed. Now we're doing our show. It's your turn, Pashalia. Oh, our precious little Pashalia. God, I really do love everybody in this. Look, Zephora is my number one. Ginny is my bitch on the side, but I still love everybody in this damn game, and I just... Oh, this is the most man-harem-y game ever. You know, there's always, like, multiple. You're like, I like this guy and this guy and a couple, but, like, you know, I just really appreciate a game when they make me love all the characters, and I want to take them all to my man-harem. You know? Or even just a large majority. Fiore, I loved almost all of them. Look, I appreciate Orlok as a character, but you can't come to the man harem. You're like 12. I know he's not, but it's like you're too babyface and I still can't get over it. I know Vilio's like kind of like the babyface one here, but like he's just a himbo, so like it's different somehow. I don't know. And I'm making an exception because, like, you're kind of adorable, and how do I leave you behind? Look at you. Smart and stupid at the same time. I don't know. But, you know, I like games where I like most of the love interests. I don't know. Are we going to get to the point where this one takes the place of Code Realized for, like, what I rank game? Look, they're basically tied at, like, I love them so goddamn much it hurts. We come to record this, and I'm so excited. I have to do so much recording to get through Christmas for when, like, if I won't have a lot of time to record, so I'm like, okay. But I'm like, we're gonna get through probably Rady's route, right? Because we're almost there anyway, and then it's like, well, fuck, am I gonna just... There's a part of me that's like, if I don't, like, over Christmas, taking time off, whatever, if I don't record Vilio's route, am I gonna come back and be like, it's been fucking... I mean, I do this sometimes now. It's been weeks, because shit's been crazy, and whatever, but I'm like, do I just record Vilio's route, and then we come back in the new year? I mean, it'll be through fucking, probably into almost February at that point, but it's like, do I just, you know, assuming we go see Zora on this one, yeah. And then we just don't, like, I don't know. Do I wait so that I come back from Christmas and I'm like, I still love this game and we're still here? Or do I just record it all so that I can start fresh? And I'm not sad, like, that when it ends, I have more time to adjust? I don't know, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do. Depends on how much time I have. Not a lot. The next day, I was walking down one of the city passages for my investigation. I'd only managed to walk less than a quarter of the ring, but it seemed most citizens could be found in the arenas with ongoing duels. On the other hand, the arenas around the areas around the empty arenas were deathly silent. Might be a match in the one over there. I feel like it's steadily getting more crowded. I took note of my surroundings as I walked toward the traffic when there was a loud thump as a wagon fell over right next to me. Hey, you! Stop right there! You crashed into me! Look how you ruined all my wares! Excuse me? Don't just go around accusing people. I didn't bump into you at all. You ain't fooling anyone! I stood there in a stupor as they began arguing beside me. They were a little scary. People around here are all quite aggressive. If I'd come across this in the capital, I might have considered going in as a mediator. However, such an act felt too risky here, so I tried to sneak away. Keyword being tried. Oi! You sound all right! Huh? Back me up here! Tell them that I'm innocent! What do I do? I only saw the moment it toppled over! Two burly men were hounding me, and I felt backed into a corner. Then, oh my god, I mean, I knew, we're here because Zora, but, like, Zora's gonna, like, fucking whisk in like a goddamn knight? I love this. Here. I'm assuming, yeah, okay. I heard a very familiar voice. Instinctively, I turned toward it. Zora! Has there been a disagreement? This guy just accused me of false charges! You're guilty for sure! You pushed over my wares! Security officer Zora had brought over wedged himself between the two riled-up citizens and acted as their mediator. Thank you! This is where you grab him and you give him a kiss, a giant kiss on the cheek, and he's like, wait, what? What? Eh? And we literally break him. I sent a grateful look in Zora's direction as he stood behind them all. No, I would have just grabbed him and kissed him. Oh, thank God! You saved me! It might be a little overacting, but, you know. Then afterward, oh, did I just grab you? Yeah, I did. Though Zora was staring at me with an exasperated expression. Make no mistake, in that moment, he was my savior, and we adore him. Even the witnesses weren't too clear on what had actually happened. Therefore, a coin flip in the presence of the officer would decide who won the argument. But it's weird, it's like, alright, listen. Whether he bumped into you or not, everything's fine, you're cool, whatever. It resulted in the merchant's victory. The other man had to accept the consequences in the form of reimbursement, though it was a small sum. He didn't look convinced, but after the victor was decided, he didn't protest at all. The quick tempers and radical anger of the people here stood out to me. Seeing that, I could tell that the bare minimum order was present in the city.
Thank you for your cooperation.
It was nothing. The officer saluted us before heading off at a quick pace.
Sorry for dragging you in.
I won this time, so take this as a token of apology.
Well,
it's something that can't be sold since it got damaged in the fall. But if you don't mind, go ahead. Huh? I can't accept this. I didn't do anything. He's offering it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Oh, you're the one who called the officer here. Well, if the young miss doesn't want it, you can have it.
I see. I'll gladly take you up on the offer then.
Alright, I'll take my leave then. Thank you.
Okay. What did we get? Thank you again, Zora. Seriously, how are you so good at getting dragged into trouble? I was literally walking by and I asked myself the same shit. For your information, that was only a nice-sounding method of clearing clutter from his inventory. He swayed the large paper bag he'd received for emphasis as he continued. Declining would have only made that annoying conversation drag on. Zora still wore the same exasperated expression as before and always. I was only walking around, I swear! Well, roaming around with such a big bag wouldn't be the best choice, I suppose. Let's call it a day here. Sure. Zora strode down the passage and I hurriedly gave chase. Wait, we only have one bag, so we don't have to go together. One of us is enough to carry it back. Shh. Girl, shh. I mean, I hear you and I get it too. You're like, why do we both? Never mind. He asked you to go with him. You go with him. It's like he wants you with him. He's not like, get the fuck out of my sight. He's like, all right, let's go back. Together? He's happy. I realized that, for some reason, neither of us questioned it when we decided to return together. And again, it's getting late, so no, and Zora actually likes having you around. I can't admit it yet, though. I couldn't just declare that I changed my mind and still wanted to go explore the city. Also, we didn't change our mind, even if we wanted to explore the city. We're like, yeah, but Zora. Feeling a little restless, I walked shoulder to shoulder with Zora after I caught up to him as we returned to camp as a pair. Wait till we start holding hands. After our return, I finished preparations for dinner. All that was left to do was to wait for the others to come back, and together we laid out the prize we'd won. Inside the relatively large box was a slightly damaged board game. It's been ages! It's Exciting Eshalita! We're gonna play a board game with Exciting Eshalita, a famous board game set in Eshalita. Players put their piece in a miniature horse-drawn carriage, spin the wheel, and advance accordingly. The player who has the most money and happiness points by the end wins. Guys. While it may look like a luck-based game for children, it requires a surprising level of strategy and can be enjoyed by adults and children alike. Because on my brain, I'm like, it's literally the game of life. It's literally fucking life. That's all it is. Except for we don't have carriages. You put your little peg in a car. Oh my god. They're literally playing life. That's amazing. I love it. Children's board game. Players go around the cities of Eshalita, and whoever has the most money and happiness points at the end wins. I see. He literally just explained what I just read. I used to play this all the time with Rady. Huh? I thought it was a pretty famous game. You haven't played it before? Sentinels traditionally brought up in a strict environment as a future governor. Entertainment like this was prohibited. So no, I haven't. Oh, our precious little clown hasn't ever played games. No wonder why he's such a frigid bitch. Oh. Did anyone ever hug you? Was that too strict for the Labyrinth Sentinel? I'll hug you all you want, pet you, and tell you you're pretty. I see. When we were in Kultura, I'd heard he'd had a strict upbringing, but I'd never thought it was to the extent that all sources of fun had been banned. I got so one-sidedly worked up about it. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. The education for a future governor of a big city should be special. That made sense. It wasn't a concept that I had any right to criticize. I think there are some truly precious lessons that can only be learned through activities that may seem trivial at a glance. Learning the importance of cooperation, how to be strategic as you compete, tasting the joy of victory, the bitterness of defeat, as well as being moved by events that aren't too significant. In my mind, at least, I thought I'd learned many things from this board game. It might be impossible for him to experience all of that in one go, but... Alright, Zora, let's play a match!
Your pity for me went into overdrive in an instant, didn't it?
I'm sorry. That's exactly what happened. He's like, I can see it all over. Right, remember? We have a gullible face that just betrays all of our emotions. I love the fact that he's looking at us like, you just fucking feel sorry for me, don't you? Yeah, I mean, yeah, but within reason, sir. Like, you had a sad childhood. You didn't play games. Do you even know what crayons are? Jesus. You read me like a book. Was I that obvious? Yeah, but you know what? It's cute. I can't say that I don't feel that way, but the main reason is because I have so many memories of this game.
You're so easy to read. You know, you should ask Lizard Brain or that happy-go-lucky contractor instead. Those guys would happily indulge you.
But everything only worked out because you were around, Zora. That's how we earned this. So, let's play together. Please?
I'd like to play together.
Let's leave Trashy Spacey in the corner over there.
Nah, I can't.
She's always here.
I refuse. Would never, ever indulge such an obscene amount of pity directed at me.
This isn't pity, honest! I only want to play a game with you.
I have no reason to fool around with you.
Ouch. I said board game. I didn't talk... that is the game I want to play with you, but, like, you didn't have to call me out like that. Why are you so stubborn? Maybe it's because you're afraid of losing. Hmm?
Nice.
What? Yeah, I guessed as much. I am a veteran at this game, after all. You've never played it before, so I guess I can't blame you. Of course you'd run from a contest where you have no chance of winning. Yeah, that's a pretty shrewd choice. He's gonna fall for this, though. That's the best part.
You stop right there. Did you just accuse me of running away?
Yes. And that's why you're also going to deny your feelings for me, or the fact that you want to hang out with me and play this board game, because you're running away. You scaredy cat. Am I wrong? You don't want to play with me, right? You're refusing someone's challenge. That's the same thing as running away, isn't it?
Okay, fine. Since you're going so far to goad me, I'll be sure to crush you thoroughly.
Oh.
You say that and it's just... Sadie, were you trying to make me angry or turn me off? Because I'm just turned on even more.
Yay!
Enjoy your happiness while it lasts. You'd better prepare yourself.
Oh, I know you're going to try to make me miserable, but here's the thing. Again, I get off on that, so, like, checkmate. It's not going to work.
Bring it on! I was pretty good at this game, for your information.
Oh, look at our cute little chibi CG! Oh. I mean, at least we got a CG, okay? Because it's kind of like, I want a real one of us playing with Zora, but I will take this because it's fucking adorable. And his angry little face. He is like an angry cat. He has angry cat energy right now. Like with his little pouty chibi and those giant fucking eyes. God, I love it. I asked Zora to read the manual once before I filled in the gaps with my explanation. I guess that's pretty much it. Do you have any other questions?
No, I've gotten the grasp on it. Though it has an appearance that appeals to children, the game itself requires a lot of strategy.
It's so funny because it's actually... Look at how nice that fucking, like, board... Look at how nice that board game is. It's, like, not like a normal game. Like, it's the tiny little square, but, like... basically life.
And? What'll you do if I win?
Oh, are we making that kind of a bet? Anything you want. Huh? What do you mean?
Since we're having a match, we might as well follow the rules of the city and decide the stakes. Plain old game would be rather boring.
He's so gonna win and we're gonna have to do whatever he wants. Oh, I love it. But, I'm probably gonna win, though.
Well, quite the confidence, I see.
Well, I've played so many times, but you never have. He's full of shit. Has he played this game?
I don't mind. In that case, the prize will be an absolute command for the other player, whether it be carrying luggage or cleaning.
An absolute command. You're going to command me to do something. Sweetie, whatever you ask, I'll probably agree to, whether we have this agreement in place or not, but whatever. Deal.
Remember what you said? Okay, let's go.
Oh, hell yeah. The battle between Zora and me began. How should I proceed? Go all out. Okay, here's the thing. Go easy on him. No. Because we don't want him to win. Actually, I do want him to win, because I want to see whatever it is he's going to command. Because, like, you think he's like, no, I'm going to wait. No, I'm going to wait. And then all of a sudden he's going to be in love with us. And then that command's going to come out and it's going to be like something ridiculously sweet. And you're going to be like, look at me. Oh, my marshmallow. And it's going to melt my heart and make me want to die. In a good way. But I feel like for this specific moment, I don't think Zora would appreciate us going easy on him. Even if he's never played. Because he wouldn't go easy on us. You know what I mean? Oh, save file 1! Oh! Okay, alright, hold on. Where were our rest of ours? Oh, we're down here. Okay, we'll put it here. Put it here. Okay. Alright, and then... go all out. Woo! Go all out. Zephyr's probably giving his all, so going easy on him would be disrespectful. I should take him seriously and go all out right from the start.
I see. So that's what you chose.
Yeah, I feel like he's winning because he's got a lot of cards. Zephyr smiled. And she's over here like, I'm gonna lose, but it was worth it seeing you smile. Upon closer inspection, it wasn't his usual sneer. It was like a child's guileless grin. He was really immersed in the joy of the game. He's like, you got distracted halfway through and lost. You were doing really well, and you're like, I forgot my own name right now because you're smiling and it's beautiful. I'm so glad I asked him to play.
Okay, then I'll upgrade my carriage here.
What are you spacing out for? It's your turn now. Right. Next I'll... And she's like, what are you spacing out for? You smiled and it lit my heart on fire. Then, after a while... How did this even happen? I'd been in the lead at first, but after Zephyr had gotten a better understanding of the game, he caught up rapidly. We were both approaching the goal, but there was a big difference between our scores.
So what if it's my first time? How could I, of all people, ever lose to you?
Zephyr grinned, almost as if he were declaring that this was the natural outcome. I love the fact that the first time we see him smile, where it's not like, yeah, whatever, where it doesn't have the shady eyebrows going on, is in a fucking, like, chibi CG. So that, like, later when he actually smiles beautifully, it won't be ruined by this moment. Because, like, here, we're just pals, we're just acquaintances, maybe friends. Yeah, we're friends. He doesn't think so, but we think so. Whatevs. But, like, we're not in love with him yet. He's not in love with us. And later when that happens, where then that smile's going to come out in a CG and it's going to be like, ah! It's going to mean more. You know what I mean? Because now we already know she's beguiled by it a little, so the anticipation for the rest of us is going to be nice. I'm back! And I'm starving!
What are you two doing?
My, that's exciting as Shalita, isn't it? And that brings back memories. When I was a child, I used to play it all the time with Allie.
A bunch of things happened, and we got it for free. We had some spare time, so we decided to play a round. Play a round, anyway.
I see. A game where you move your pieces across a board. Oh, who is the one in the lead at the moment?
Really at the finish, and I think Zephyr is winning. But with things as they are, turning the tables would be pretty hard.
You should call for me sooner during times like these. I could have led you to a glorious win with the brilliant mind of yours, truly.
The thing is, Zephyr is supposed to be a beginner, but he's unfairly good at this. He pulled off several tourist spot combos and kept getting the protection of spirits. Even with you, Rady, we might not have won.
see. Yikes! You're right. Sephora's score is scary, dude. I did the goddess of victory smile upon him or something.
All I did was play the way to secure my win. Oh, play in a way to secure my win, sorry. My mistake. Our brains aren't of the same grade, so it might be hard for you to grasp.
I'm pissed, but I can't argue with the state of the board right now.
I just love how that sentence starts with, I'm pissed, but I can't argue. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, with the state of the board.
I'm pissed, but I can't argue with that. You're definitely smarter than I am.
Like, what the fuck? Really thought that's what Rady was gonna say, and I was like, well, sweetie, have more faith in yourself. Although Zephora's an evil genius, so. And then aside, the craftsmanship is rather intricate. The entire terrain of Eshelita is replicated with careful attention to detail.
The paths we took seem more detailed on this board than the actual map. But we set up camp around here, didn't we?
This looks fun! Hey, Zephora, let me have a turn!
Just about to win. Why should I hand it over to you? You can play after our game's done. Oh, Vilio, would you like to take over for me then? There's only a bit left and my defeat's set in stone, but...
You sure? Thanks, Spacey. I'll get right into it then. And go!
Watch Vilio fucking wins. Vilio giddily thanked me before rolling the dice. The result was a 3.
Okay, let's see. On the third box is Spirit Aid. Exchange scores!
Vilio's gonna fucking win! I really wanted Zephora to win. Well, okay. Right now, if Zephora won, he'd probably do something mean and like, oh yeah, you have to carry out my luggage or whatever. Right? But if he won and he was like, wait, I gotta think of something good, and he mulled on it, then later, you know damn well in the relationship he would use that as like something sweet, like, you know, sweet and adorable, right? And you'd be like, oh, it's so cute. But I don't know if he would hold off. But like, Vilio winning and then we getting the upper hand on Zephora is actually kind of good because then he's always like, well, what are you gonna make me do? And you're like, I don't know. I don't know. Because unlike him, we wouldn't be like, ha ha! Lick my boots, peasant! You know what I mean? So then later we would use it to do something cute and romantic. That's gonna like break him. It sounds horrible, but it'd be like, I'm gonna fucking kiss you. Like, because he's gonna, you know, he's the type of person that's gonna like hide his feelings. He's gonna hide them. He's so gonna deny them for fucking forever. And we're gonna be like, you're in love with me. You just need to kiss me, goddammit. And that's gonna break all of his fucking walls down. Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, I do like the idea of him winning. And like us just being like, oh, he's gonna hold this over my head. And then the end result being something cute and adorable. But I also like the idea of us doing the exact same thing to him. Fuck, it's difficult. I guess I'm happy with it either way. Sephora doesn't look happy, though. What? Hey, that's not a funny joke.
We have no contracts with spirits. But borrow the power of water spirits to exchange scores with the highest score in player.
Miss Macy, do you have any contracts with spirits at the moment?
No, not at all.
Which means that you'd exchange with Sephora and...
And this nearly evens out your total points. Wait! Stop! What was that?
It's fine, and there's still a ways to go. And this doesn't mean you'll lose.
Yes, it does. I bet it does. However, Ginya's words ended up being hollow consolation.
Yay! Spacey turned the tables and won!
Woo! Thanks, Vilio! I only won because you took over my last 2 turns. In the last stretch, my piece moved miraculously well. And against all odds, I became the proud victor of our game. I love it. You know what I actually kind of love about this a little bit more now is because that's really gonna eat at Zephora because he's used to winning, and if he won, he'd gloat and he'd whatever, and he'd be like, yeah. And now he's like, my whole life is a lie. We crushed him a little, and I kind of like. Are you gonna cry? Because I like that too, you know. We found that out in Variable Barricade that I sometimes like it when we. Are you crying? Into it. Not always, but like Sephora, if you get a little, I might be into it. Are such dramatic reversals common in this game?
Well, there's a lot of squares at the end that'll help the losing players, but stepping on all the right ones like this is pretty rare.
In other words, he was really lucky, huh? Or he's really good at throwing dice. How was I supposed to take Lizard Brain's freak luck into account? Zora let out a heavy sigh as he moved into the goal square. Thus, this match of exciting Eshelita ended in my victory. I loved this. This scene was the best. I love playing board games. I miss my board games. I have a whole fucking, I'd say closet. It's not really a closet anymore. It was. My linen closet in my old apartment was board games. Like, because I had a hall closet that was a linen closet and then one in the guest bathroom. And like, all my linens, towels, everything were in the bathroom closet and the hall closet. Motherfucking stacked with board games. Here I only have one closet and that's just the one in the bathroom. So like, my board games are shelving units that I had put up in my like closet for shoes and stuff like that. I put them up on the wall. Like, it's just a bar that goes across and then you hang little things on and then you can put the shelves on, whatever. Anyway, you could get it at like freaking Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. So it's supposed to be like to make more shelves in your closet, but I didn't use them in that. I have them on the wall in one of my guest rooms and it's literally just like a wall of board games now. I gotta go through and get rid of some of them because I'm like, even if I found people to play, there's some I'm like, I don't mind. I can get rid of those because but there's some I miss, honestly. Like, I miss playing board games. God damn it. Every time my friends do, like, a board game night, it's like, oh, we're gonna have board game night, or game night. It's like, it's never game night. It's, Cards Against Humanity. And don't get me wrong, that was always a lot of fun, but now I'm like, I'm over it, and I don't want to play this anymore. It's like going to people's houses, like, we're gonna play games! Let's play solitaire. And you're like, come on. Like, I don't want to play Cards Against Humanity. I want to play actual other board games. But, like, not Monopoly. I have My Little Pony Monopoly for the novelty, but I really want Golden Girls Clue. It was Rose on the lanai with a cheesecake. I don't know if Golden Girls Clue is actually about murdering anyone, but I kind of want Golden Girls Clue. I don't know. Anyway, so, what are you going to make me do? After we finished packing the board game back into its box, Sephora suddenly spoke. Huh? We made an agreement before we began. Now that you mention it. I shouldn't have reminded you. I can't think of anything I want to order him to do. Oh, I've got it! Hey, how about we play a board game with the whole team next time? Of course, you'll have to join too! That's cute of us. Wait, is that your order? Yeah, it is. It'd be fun to play a game with everyone present. Is that okay? I feel like he's like, that is so wholesome. What the fuck? I order you to kiss me. Later. Not right now, though. Later, when we're in love. Honestly, to be fair, in an Otome game, if you were like, I order you to kiss me, that's what I want, it would be wildly inappropriate in general, because that's like, what if somebody doesn't want to kiss you? You can't force them to kiss you. That's fucking wrong. Like, that is just, there's something so wrong about that. But it's an Otome game, and we're romancing him, so, like, less wrong, while realizing that in reality, that's extremely problematic, you know what I mean? I'm the loser, so I have to obey. But I suppose playing games for fun isn't all that bad. Next time I'll win with an even bigger gap between our scores, and I'll crush you for real. Just you wait. I'll win next time, not with luck, but by my own skill. Prepare yourself, Sephora. I love us right now. I meant us as in me and Sephora. I felt a spark of joy in my heart at the promise of another game as we sat down to have dinner. I absolutely love that. Because, again, I love board games. And I love the fact that we're like, hee, and he had fun, and like, we taught him something new, and he's like, board games are kind of fun. It's just adorable. Aww. A squishy marshmallow. I mean, I do have board games I can technically play by myself, and don't get me wrong, I've done them before. I need to, like, whip out my... Oh, fuck. Right, this is where everyone was saying, okay, obviously women was Pashalia. which one was Zephora? Zephora's obviously whichever one. Was that? I don't think Sephora would have said children. Sephora probably said elderly. So, I mean, obviously, it's whatever Zephora said. So, the guide says elderly. Zephora said elderly. All right. That makes sense, because then I think we're with Rady, too, and Rady would have said children, so. After that conversation, we each had places that came to mind, so we decided to split up. I headed toward the third arena with Sephora, looking for the owner. Zephora's connections are amazing. Can't believe we got an audience with another arena owner.
I see, a show that even women, children, and the elderly could enjoy. The program sounds intriguing as well. I shall bring it up to my acquaintances and spectators whenever I have the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
You don't have to thank me at all. I also have qualms about the current state of Ferris, you see.
Stroking his white beard, the owner looked up at the sky. Maybe we should have made him sound older, but whatever.
When I was young, it never even crossed my mind, but with age, from time to time I think, Ferris has become a very different place.
Are you referring to Ferris since the Purge, perhaps?
No, even further back than that. When I was a child, Ferris used to be more peaceful. We still had battles in high esteem. We held battles in high esteem, but we did not forget our respect for the weak.
According to the owner, the great spirit Valen, who founded the city, had been a fierce character, just like the legends say. However, his compassion rivaled his ferocity, and every day he'd advocated that the strong had a duty to protect those who were not. When there was a dispute, he exchanged blows, but he'd always end it with a handshake of goodwill. A place where the powerful gained respect because they protected the weak. That was the wish of the great spirit of fire, and the reason he built this city and the arenas.
But things took a turn for the worse starting a few years ago. The part of the population that profited from the underground arena still resents the capital, but my generation thinks the underground arena is truly responsible for unjustly snatching the profits from this city. Like, goddamn Zoomers!
He promised his aid, saying that we could leave promotion in his hands. We watched as he walked on and left us to ourselves. It's the same as all the other cities. With time, the original vision warped and changed before the people had realized. I mean, that's what time does. Again, time, with your ideals and goal and everything, is kind of like a game of telephone. Where you're like, hey, purple octopus! And, like, you have a goal, an idea, something, and then time just fucking warps that shit. Because, like, time. It's fucked up. You know what I mean? It does that with everything. It fucks up our minds, it fucks up our body, it fucks up our lives, our goals, you know, the universe. Time is out to get us all. Time is our enemy! Fight time! I mean, hi, we do try, but you know what I mean? And everyone's forgotten what the city had set out to do. Again, time's a bitch. Like, what the fuck even is time? Seriously. All of a sudden you're like, it's been 84 years. What the fuck? I blinked. The shit? Like, it happens all the time. See? Please don't say the word time anymore. I said it too much. It doesn't just apply to cities. It's easy for people to forget their initial intent. No matter how you try, there's nothing that doesn't change with time. Sephora and I are on the same page. You can find such cases everywhere. Sephora's eyes seemed to unfocus. I wondered what he was looking at or looking back at. What do you mean by that? Is he referring to a cultura which Balto stole away from him? Or was he referring to himself, who had been forced to survive by any means necessary after Balto had robbed him of his life and family? In the end, I couldn't work up the courage to ask before we returned to camp. Come on, circus! I love our fucking clown boyfriend. And our ringmaster side piece. I love our man harem. Listen. We're kind of already, I mean, like, we have, how many games? I've got several, like, mixed reviews and, like, side game, or, like, whatever, games that we've never played that are, like, you know, dating your pets. We played one, didn't we? Didn't we play one? It was very, we played Catboy Paradise. I don't think that really counts. They were just like catboys. Like, have we played games where our animals have come to life and you're like dating your pets? God, there's something so wrong about that. But like, this kind of has that because we got a dragon and whatever the fuck Rady is. It's just Vilio happens to be a dragon, but we met him in cute boy form. And we didn't know Rady. We were like, look at our cute little dog, or whatever the fuck he is. Ferret? I don't know. Fox? Whatever. He's like a fake creature, but he's fluffy and adorable, whatever he is. And then all of a sudden he turns into a hot guy. And that's usually how all those games go. You're like, I work at a pet shop. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're gonna do cleaning is what we did with Sephora, right? Yes, cleaning. We're not gonna skip this. I know we already read it last time, but like I feel like we're gonna read it again because we get a moment with Sephora, so I want to enjoy it. So this is the one time. All right, I think that's it. Next, I'll change the water in the vases inside. Clad in my nostalgic work uniform, I finished cleaning up the storefront. Plus, we get to see the Wooloo post. The moment I turned to head back in, a figure passed by me. I hadn't realized it, but Sephora was standing nearby. It was to him that the Wooloo post delivered its letter. Wooloo post. Wooloo. I don't know. Look at them, they're so fucking cute. What? Is it that weird that I'd receive mail? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it that way. It's heartwarming to see him standing next to the Wooloo post like that. I can't help staring. But I can't tell him that. Well, do what you want, I guess. Not like it inconveniences me to be gawked at. I'll read this inside. Serve me whatever drink you'd recommend. Okay, I'll prepare something right away. Perhaps the letter held a message that made him happy. Because Sephora was in unusually high spirits, and his joy spread to me. Even though he still talks like a salty bitch. I love him. Sorry for the wait. This is an original herb tea. Scent. You noticed. I mixed in some herbs from Cultura. When we visited Cultura, I picked up some herbs with scents that I liked. This tea was my own concoction, mixing those into Lieber's classic blend. Just putting it out there. I did taste it beforehand, so I think it's okay, but it's my first time serving this to someone. So I'm your lab rat, Fine, I'll drink it. Laura took a sip and swallowed, then... It's good. He looks so shocked, I love it. He let out that small whisper. My ears aren't playing tricks on me, right? Did you just say it's good? Why do you even have to ask? You heard me. Or do I have to say it multiple times before you're happy? It's good, it's good. If you put it like that, those words lose their impact. Impact is in the word good. Well, I just didn't expect you to fess up and be honest about it. I'd really like to know what sort of person you imagine me to be. It's only giving you a frank assessment. I mean, your standards are always high and your tongue is just as sharp. Okay, I get it. Next time I'll just say exactly what you expect from me. You really don't have to! Please keep being honest, thanks. You two almost seem like old friends. I'm glad you found someone you can speak your mind to. Huh? Wait, no, that's not... You could say that. She takes things at face value and doesn't stop asking questions. She could stand to learn a bit of reservation. You only act like that because you got more twists and turns than a maze, Sephora! I forgot that sass and I love it. Well, sorry for being so complicated. It's the first time I've ever seen Spacey open up to someone so much besides me and Rady. Look out for her in the future as well, will ya? Alright then, I'm heading out to buy some groceries, so I'll leave the rest to you. Take good care of my girl. She's basically sold us off to Sephora in marriage, which I'm fine with, by the way. After seeing Speria off, open up to him, huh? I didn't really think of our relationship in that way, but when Speria says it, well, can't deny it. See, it's weird that we did this during the common route, because it doesn't seem... You know what I mean? Like, it's very strange. It's like, oh yeah, pick Sephora. Because, like, we're not... Before, until now, it doesn't make any sense to be as close to Sephora. I feel like we should have done Pashalia or Ion because they're nicer and being closer to them makes more sense than Zephora until now. Because now we've been following, we always run into him. We've seen him everywhere. We've had way more interactions where, you know. But at the same time, doing it in the common route where, like, you didn't have as many interactions, it's like, I guess you could read into it and be like, well, see, he is squishy inside because we didn't spend a lot of time with him, but he's still nice and soft. Anyway. But the fact that she'd pointed it out in front of Zephora, of all people, I felt heat gather in my cheeks. Wanting to hide my embarrassment. By the way, who sent you that letter? You mean this? I quickly changed the subject. Knowing Zephora, I'd braced myself for a scowl and a don't meddle with my private affairs. But, wait, is this the one you just got? Could it be... It's from the citizens of Kultura. And they wrote that they've apparently gathered signatures for a petition demanding Balto's dismissal. It should arrive later. After we left Kultura, the citizens started banding together and went around promoting this petition. If we have all the signatures, I'll be able to borrow or erase regardless of what happens with Circus. In other words, he had taken one giant step toward taking Kultura back from Balto's clutches. Then... That being said, I can't start celebrating yet. Finally arrived at the starting line, that's all. In my eyes, contrary to his words, Zephora seemed overjoyed in his own way. That doesn't mean I'll cut any corners during our final show, though, so don't worry. That's the last thing on my mind. I know that you're the kind of person to see your decisions through to the very end. Instead of giving me a reply, Zephora drained the remainder of his tea. Then he perused the letter carefully. Of course, I'm happy he's made progress with this, and not just that. This is physical evidence that the people of Kultura have changed for the better, and that warms my heart. I was sure that Zephora felt the same. No, right now, he was probably feeling a kind of happiness I could never imagine. After I tidied the teaware, I got back to cleaning the tavern interior. As I listened to the rustling of Zephora going over the letter, I did my work in silence. In the past, I might have thought that this kind of moment was awkward. But now, though I couldn't pinpoint why, it actually felt quite pleasant. Then, sometime later... Oi! Suddenly I heard Zephora's voice right next to me. Huh? Weren't you still reading? Finished ages ago. That aside, doesn't that hair of yours get in the way when you clean? My hair? He just wants to touch my hair. How romantic. I mean, again, I remember this, and that's why I'm like, we're not skipping this. I want to see this CG in this moment. Here, take a seat. Love it. Like, the look on his face is like, your hair's beautiful. Zephora? Don't turn around. I'll mess up. With his no-nonsense attitude, he made me sit down. I wasn't allowed to turn my head at all, so I could only sit there obediently as he did something. I heard the rustling of a paper bag and felt him lift my hair gently. Is that perhaps a barrette? I'd haphazardly braided my hair and let it run down my back, but he was slowly arranging it neatly into one bundle. Thank you. I'll give it back after I'm done. You don't have to. Someone gave it to me during work, and since it's useless in my hands, I'm tossing it to you. God, he's so gorgeous. Look at him. You sure? If you don't take it, it's going into the trash. Accept graciously, I'm sure, because last time, obviously, we did ask again, so yes. I'll have it, then. To him, it might be something useless, but to me, this was a present from Zephora. I need to cherish it. Yeah, right? Because it's like the fact that Zephora's giving you kind of a gift. Like, it's romantic and beautiful. Thanks, Zephora. Then, while arranging my hair... Well, I suppose it looks good on you. Zephora mumbled that. Aww. He's catching feelings, and I love it. Zephora? Praising me? Hey, don't let it go to your head. I'm only patting myself on the back for having such good fashion sense. Someone gave it to you. It has nothing to do with your fashion sense. It wouldn't hurt to be a little more honest. But then I'm wondering, like, and did I wonder this when we did the common route? Like, he's like, yeah, someone gave it to me. because I paid the money for it, because I picked it out for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder. Though I was grumbling at him, his act of consideration and his present made me want to jump for joy. I couldn't stop a smile from curling my lips. Taking advantage of the fact that he couldn't see my face, I grinned openly. Then, hey, are you... Suddenly Zora broke the silence. What are you gonna do after everything's over? By everything, you mean circuses shows? Well, I'm just gonna return to my plain old life working at Lieber. I answered immediately as if I didn't even need to question it. But then, is that really what I want to do? Having no choice in the first place versus choosing Lieber among many, and they may seem similar, but are very different. I finally understood what Spiria had said to me before my departure. For a moment, I wasn't so sure after all. I hope we'll succeed without incident and that you'll get to return to your original life. Zora's words pulled me back to reality. Yeah, if my last show works out, you're gonna go back to Cultura for good, right? Once we're done performing, I won't be of much use anymore, but I'll be cheering you on. Well, that's only if our show's smooth sailing. If. By the way, you've been growing out your hair. Mm-hmm. When I was young, Spiria would say how pretty this hair I got from my parents is. I was ecstatic, and I've been growing it out ever since. Is he Look at his slight little grin in the back. God, I love it. Huh. His reply was as curt as always. But when he whispered that, his voice sounded very gentle in my ears. Well then, I'll be upstairs. Okay, thanks. I'll come call you when it's time for dinner. Zora didn't even turn around to look at me, but he waved his hands as he walked off. Yeah, he's like, okay, bye! After he's sitting there stroking her, putting her hair up, and he's like, you smell pretty. And then he's like, alright, bye. He doesn't even turn to look at you because he's all blushing over there. You know it. You know it. He's feeling things. God, I love it. After he had disappeared to the second floor, I realized, after the show ends, I won't be able to chat with him like this anymore. That thought came a wave of loneliness. However, I need to work hard for our last show. Not just for me, not just for us, but for Zephora's wish to come true too. With my fingertips, I caressed the beret he had put on me before hardening my resolve. Guys. See, it was worth reading that scene again. And now we're going to skip for a bit. It was worth it. We could have skipped, sure, but like, I love it. And besides, we know what's going to happen. We're going to get to go on the road with the prince again. I mean, we've done it 2 out of the 3 times, and technically the first one didn't count because it was the common route, and it was just like hanging out here, so. Thanks for the food! Glad you enjoyed it. Like always, a day of practice and preparation ended with a group dinner. The food was gone in a flash, probably because Ion and Spiria's cooking was just that good. I glanced at everyone's faces of satisfaction as I started to put away the dishes. Ion had offered his help, but he'd already done the cooking, so cleaning up was my job. While working, I turned to everyone's chatter as they lounged after the meal. Alrighty then, time for a digestive.
A great idea. I might help myself to some wine.
Zora usually didn't hang around after dinner unless someone stopped him. He'd return to his room at once, but that wasn't the case today. He's got an awful lot of stuff with him today. Oi, Verbal. You want booze? Have this.
What's this?
And baffled, Rady accepted a paper bag from Zephyra. The moment he peered at the contents...
What?
My god.
Hey! Now this is some mythical stuff. Everyone says it's impossible to get. Where in the world did you find such a treasure?
Someone happened to give it to me as a payment for my work. That's all. I don't drink, so you can have it.
A present? From Zephyra, of all people.
Are you dying? That was Pashalia's shtick. You can't be dying, too.
My, now that's surprising. You could have just sold it.
Virginia, you stop right there! It's mine now! Nobody can take my bottle away! I love that the fluffy little dog creature is the Lush. I mean, in human form may be one thing, but radiant this, it's just so fucking funny. Like, good job, whoever thought of that. They're like, wait, let's make the alcoholic the fluffy animal. Cute. I love it. Huh. So you don't want this then, Ginia?
Oh, this is that designer brand makeup that went out of stock before I could buy it. I take back everything. I'll take it.
Huh. This? A present event from Zora? No, I'm only distributing useless junk that's taken up space. Though Zora sounded cranky. Someone gave me paint and sketchbooks, but I don't draw either. So Pashalia, here. I love how I wonder he's getting information and they're like, oh, you can help yourself. And he's like, you know what, I'm going to take this. Oh, you have that, cool. And he's like purposely gathering things for his friends. Like somebody just happened to give me all the things that everybody here likes. You know what I mean? Like maybe that was like, you know, oh, you're in a shop and you get information and they're like, oh, you know what, take anything you want from the store. I don't have money. And he's like, oh, I'll take that barrette for Spacey. Or like, oh, hey, you know what? You know, they didn't just happen to give you this. You purposely picked these things out, I feel like. Anyway, so Pashalia, here. I don't know if I said that. Thank you, Zora. Wow. I think it's the first time I've seen such a variety of colors in one set. And this thing's cookware. Oh, this thing's cookware. Ion, it's yours. You have one for me as well. If you don't take it, it's going in the trash heap. That would be a waste. It looks brand new. I shall accept it graciously. And last but not least, Vilio looked at Zora with sparkling eyes, and he's like, what? And walks away. You can't give everyone a gift and not give Vilio something. It'd be so funny, though. Oh my god. Look, Vilio's over there like, me, I got a present! Zora gave him a disgruntled sidelong glance before handing over the last paper bag. Thank you! What's inside? Guidebook. It's worthless in my hands, so there. Vilio immediately started flipping through. Let's see. A popular tourist in this town is the lake to the southwest.
Recommended local cuisine consists of stews and simmered dishes. Avoid chain restaurants, go to independent ones.
Other members leaned in to peer at it from the side and began reading aloud. Huh, those notes are so detailed. I couldn't see it from where I sat, so I figured that's just how the book was, but... Wow, your comments are so clear and helpful, Zora. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't write it all for your sake. I made the notes for myself in the past and just didn't erase them. I don't need it now, so I'm giving it to you. Oh. Did you? Did you write them? Maybe he wrote them for himself. Maybe he really did, and then one day he was like, you know what, though? I don't need this anymore, but, like, Vilio could... I bet Vilio would enjoy this. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, here, you just want this junk? We're like, here's a bunch of books I'm getting rid of where you don't think about it. He was, like, thinking about it. He's like, I bet Vilio would get some use out of it, and, you know, my notes might help him, and that'd be kind of cool. You thought about it. You thought about it, you big squishy fucking marshmallow. When a store attendant just gave me this bag today, right? Not just mine, but everyone's bags.
Huh. Oh, wait. Does that mean Zora went out of his way to buy all these?
I think so. I saw him walking out of liquor stores and culinary shops. That's even better. Zora actually bought presents enough. It's so cute because it's adorable and sweet, but it's the face he's making right now. His video's like, man, he's actually nice. And Sephora's like, how fucking dare you? I love the look on his face. No, you're misremembering. Don't sound so confident in your hallucinations, lizard brain. Ah, I see. Thanks for putting in so much thought, Zora. I'll treasure this book. I just said I didn't...
Oh, come on. You're not going to talk yourself out of this one after all. I give in and admit it already.
I told you, it's all junk that was taking up space.
So Zora has a cute side to him,
Shut up, furball.
Emilio, And tell me more about when you caught Zephora in the act.
I fucking love this because Zora is just so mad that people know he's nice. It's so funny. It's like you do something nice for someone and they're like, okay, thanks. And you're like, cool. And then if someone were to be like, I actually saw them go and do all this and they're praising you for being like sweet cinnamon roll, you'd be like, I'm embarrassed. Stop it. But like, you know, you might be embarrassed about it or whatever, but Zephora is so mad. Like, I didn't fucking buy any of that shit. I'm telling you. God, stop. I'm not nice. I mean, we know this about it, but it's just funnier seeing it play out like this. God, it's so funny. Oh, God, I love it.
He seemed to spend a long time deciding on each one, but he definitely took the longest with that hair accessory for Spacey.
He did buy it special for me. I'd watched from the sidelines the whole time, but I jumped when he suddenly said my name. Me?
You little lizard! I'm gonna sew your mouth shut right now! Get over here!
I had no idea. As I watched the team making a huge fuss, I gently caressed the barrette.
You have quite a nice companion there. And make sure to take good care of that present.
I will. Sephora's denying it with all his might, but I'm sure he took great care in choosing things we would like. When I'd left Arthur, I'd been filled with anxiety over our success. I mean, look at our lineup! True. When I saw everyone together like that, I didn't feel even a shred of doubt. Together, we would put on a spectacular final show and save the prince's heart. Our wishes would be granted after that, so we had to work hard to make that happen. This was like the best fucking thing. I love this so much. This is so adorable and I can't. Oh my god. So we're going to stop here obviously, but anyway. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.